This is Learner in the Burner. I'm Garrett,
And this is Neville.
and today we're going to talk about Jaws.
Womp womp womp.
Okay, 1975. American thriller directed by Steven Spielberg called Jaws. Apparently, it was a book. Came out in 1974. The cast includes Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, and a couple others. The movie is amazing. You've seen Jaws, right?
Oh yeah, it definitely kept me out of the ocean for a while. It scared on the bathtub.
Yeah, I absolutely love the first Jaws. It's pretty much it's up there in the perfect movie range, I'd say. Okay, so here's Jaws. They're on Amity Island. You know, a person gets killed at the very beginning. So Police Chief Martin Brody is the main character, and he closes the beaches. And then the Mayor Larry Vaughn, overrules him, keeps the beaches open because they're in the town of Amity, or on Amity Island, and the whole thing about the town is the beaches. You know, the body gets checked out, and basically they figure out it's a big old shark that killed him, or that killed her. It was a chick that died. So the mayor's like, okay, we'll give $10,000 to anybody who can kill this shark. You know, a bunch of people start trying to kill sharks, and then a dude named Quint, which is like the crazy shark guy with the fingernails and the chalkboard. He's like, all right, I can kill a shark.
What's gonna cost you?
But it's going to cost you, exactly. And like, he's such a good character because he's like crazy, you know, but not like over the top, like Pirates of the Caribbean crazy or nothing, but like, you know, like sun dried fisherman type crazy.
Yes, definitely has had heat stroke in his life.
Oh yeah, he's probably had quite a few, I'm sure.
These uh these shark bounty hunters you're talking about here, didn't they
Right.
come up with like a bunch of small baby sharks and stuff? And they're like, we found it. Like a bunch of
Yeah.
false flag situations.
Yeah. There was one where it was like some dude had a big old tiger shark, and they're like, "We found the shark. This is the shark, and we're all good
Where's my
now."
money?
And I think they paid him or something, but then they eventually cut the shark open, and they didn't. There was nothing in there. Like there would have been a kid in there.
Or some legs or something.
There's nothing in there.
Nothing in there. Wasn't there like some fucking license plates or something stupid? Like
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a license plate.
Stuff.
Yeah, it was this classic, what you would think would be in a shark stuff, like a license plate.
A pair of combat boots and nothing else.
Okay, so Quint, Brody, and Hooper set out on Quint's boat. So we got Quint, who's the crazy fisherman, Brody, who is the police chief, and then Hooper, which is like the shark expert scientist. Okay. So them three set out on Quint's boat called the Orca, and they start throwing out chum, you know, looking for this shark. And a pretty good while goes by, you know, and the shark comes up every once in a while and does shark stuff, you know, it's just normal shark stuff. And then they shoot it, you know, with some harpoons that are attached to barrels. And then, but the shark keeps going down. And they're like, how's this shark pulling these barrels down? You know, and then they see the shark a couple times. It's huge, you know. And eventually the shark starts ramming the boat, you know. So it's ramming the boat. And then, you know, so they're taking on water. And then, you know, so they're like, okay, this shark's crazy. Hooper gets in one of those diving cages, and he goes down, and the shark destroys the cage. They pull the cage up, and they think Hooper's dead. But we know that Hooper, like, you know, swam off, and he hid in the coral or whatever. And so now it's just Quint and Brody on the boat. And then eventually Jaws the shark, you know, sinks the boat. He eats Quint. Quint's screaming. He's got blood coming out everywhere. And then, so the boat's sinking, and the only person left is Brody. Somehow the shark got a Okay, so after the shark ate Quint, there was like a helium tank or whatever, or an oxygen tank, and he got put in the shark's mouth. The shark swam away, came back, and then while he was swimming towards Brody shot the tank and blew the shark up. And then Hooper comes out of nowhere, and then they start swimming back to Amity Island. End of movie.
Damn, that's the quickest version of Jaws I've ever heard, man.
Well, it's a pretty plain and dry story. Like, shark comes up, kills people. People kill shark. That's it. It's such a simple story, but it's executed so good. Like, they only show the shark every, like, once in a while, and you only see a fin, or maybe you see like the head under the water. You only see the shark like a couple times. And every time you see it, it's like, oh man.
It's like the perfect like horror movie trope where you don't see the killer and there's no good reason why. Like, oh, he's covered in shadow. You can't see who's doing the murders, but this one's like only realistic reason why you can't ever see the culprit. Yeah, if you go from action beat by beat, yeah, that's the movie in a nutshell. But there's all sorts of like building and, you know, what is it called? You know, whenever you leave clues for the future, you know, foreshadowing and such.
Yeah, there was some foreshadowing. At the very, very beginning of the movie, Brody and his son are flipping through a picture book with sharks in it, and there's a picture of a shark with the oxygen tank in its mouth. Okay, and it's just like, you see it for like half a second, you know.
That's what we call a payoff in the business.
Yeah.
They set it up, and then they pay it off.
And then
and the drunk nighttime scene where they're all sitting at the table.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts.
I've seen some shit. That's like the best part of the whole movie.
My favorite line is where he's like, black like a doll's eyes. You know what I'm talking
about? Dead, cold, black eyes.
Black eyes like a doll.
You say black guys? Oh, black eyes. Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, so that movie, you know, cleared the beaches and made a huge splash, if you will, in the community. And, yep, thank you. And it did really good, you know. And I love that movie. That's my mom's favorite movie. Like,
I have a question. Or two.
What's up?
Amity Island, is that a thing, man?
What do you mean?
Calling everything Amity a thing?
What do you mean?
Like Amityville Horror. Let's see.
I guess. I mean, I think that's a coincidence, Amityville Horror, because that's an actual place. Like, that's based on a real thing. Amity Island, I don't think is a real place.
A fictional location off the coast of New England.
Yeah, and Amity just means like friendship, so it's kind of like a oxymoron, you know.
When did Jaws come out?
78.
78. Oh, I'm about to find out.
I'm sorry, 75.
Wow, that's actually much older than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's old.
Amityville Horror came out in 1977.
Wow.
So maybe one playing off the other.
I'd like to say it's a coincidence because you wouldn't even really remember the name of the island, Amity. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, that's news to me. I was like, I have to look this up real quick.
But Amityville Horror, everybody knows that because it's in the name, you know.
Yeah, and the whole fucking oxygen tank in the shark mouth, like trope.
Trope.
The
classic trope of the shark in the oxygen tank.
Bro, Deep Blue Sea, that's how that ended. Like, almost exactly.
Is that the one where Samuel Jackson gets his arm bit off?
Yes. And,
I don't remember. That's all I remember.
J shoots the shark at the end.
All I remember from that movie is Samuel Jackson gets his arm bit off.
That was fucking intense.
Wait, they killed the shark with a tank in that one too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like a Jurassic Park thing. They're genetically engineered death sharks. You can't let it leave the enclosure.
I mean, it's a great, idea because sharks are scary, but Jaws did it so well. There's nothing better that can happen. Jaws did it so good that it's like,
Makes every other shark movie look like
yeah,
Jaws, but ass.
yeah, yeah. It makes Jaws 4 look like Jaws 2.
Ooh.
Okay, so Jaws 2. I did not really care for Jaws 2. Okay, Jaws 2 is like the same exact movie as Jaws 1, except it lost its magic, coolness because it's been done already.
It's mojo.
So, Jaws 2, 1978, American horror. At this point, it's a horror. I don't know why this
Came out 3 years later.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, there's your problem.
So, same guy, or no, sorry, different director. Roy Schreider is the only same person in there. Oh, and the mayor. Okay, so the cop and the mayor are still in there. Okay. So they're on Amity Island. There's a great white shark that kills 2 scuba divers. Okay. It's the second movie. So at the beginning, 2 people get killed.
Same island?
Same island, same characters, same everything. It's literally, it's the same exact movie again.
You liked it the first time. Give me money.
It's exactly. And like, so the big great white shark kills some people. The same cop is like, hey, we need to close down the island. Then the same mayor is like, no, we can't do that because, Amity Island, we can't do that. Same exact everything.
How often is this mayoral position up for re-election? Honestly.
He's probably like a dictator. He's probably just the mayor forever.
Mayor for life. Oh, it's an island rules.
So, okay, so basically the same exact stuff happens. The shark kills random people. Okay, and then that's about it, to be honest. And they kill the shark at the end. But how they kill it is there's a cable that they hang in the water, and then the shark bites the cable and then gets electrocuted to death.
Oh god!
And that's it. Like,
it's going to get worse from here, isn't it?
No. Okay. No, it's not. Jaws 2 is bad. Jaws 3 is amazing. Jaws 4 is horrible. So Jaws 2, I don't have much to say because it's literally the same exact movie, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe I just saw the same movie without the luster.
Getting the crew back together.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions on Jaws 2? Because Jaws 2 is exactly the same thing, and there's nothing more like about Jaws 2.
I don't know. You only said 2 things about Jaws 2, so
that's why they call it Jaws 2.
Jaws 2, more of the same shit.
It's exactly it. I kind of just want to skip Jaws 2 because it's pretty much Jaws 1, but not as good.
Hey man, it was your idea to bring up Jaws 2. Okay? We at least shit on it a little bit thoroughly,
I feel like that would be doing a service to it, so I'd rather just not.
Well, the majority of the filming was at a beach in Florida. Fun fact.
Oh. Huh. Well, I didn't know that.
Now that the only interesting part of Jaws 2 is over.
Jaws 2 comes and goes. And then 1983 rolls around. Jaws 3D comes out. Okay. I love Jaws 3. Like, wow. It's surprisingly good.
One, like, in an aquarium or something silly?
Yes. Okay, like in the hindsight of all movies, it's not that good, but it's pretty good still in its own way. So it's a horror thriller directed by some other guy. So Dennis Quaid is in it. Okay. So the story follows the 2 sons of the cop Brody. Okay. So, but the cop is not in the movie. Just the 2 sons are in it, and they're grown up. Okay. So it follows them.
Dennis Quaid. Oh, man.
Yeah, he plays the main character. He's like super young in the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're at a water park. Okay. and they work at the water park. A great white shark enters the aquatic park. And the park opens up like new underwater tunnels, okay, where the people walk through these tunnels, that's in the ocean, and you can see all the fish. It's really cool, and like the scenery is nice in the movie, and like the sets are really well done. And like there's a restaurant that's under the ocean, in the water tunnels, and they're eating in there, and it's like fish themed, and it's just cool. It's new. It's not them on a beach again. It's like they're in a cool park. It's like futuristic in a way. It's kind of like Gremlins 2, because Gremlins 2 is futuristic in its own way, and Jaws 3 is like that too.
It's like a C Lab.
Yeah.
Jaws movie.
And it's 3D, so that's kind of cheesy because they have parts where it's like it's coming at you, and you could tell they did it just because it's 3D.
Everybody put your glasses on. Here it comes.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of parts like that. But anyways, so the first person who dies is a mechanic that goes down and fixes something in the park, like a gate that was stuck or something.
Underwater welder?
Yeah, he was like welding or something. So he gets killed.
Why they get paid the big bucks.
Yeah. And then later that same night, 2 men sneak into the water park to steal some coral, and they get killed. So at the beginning of the third Jaws, 3 people get killed.
Well, that's three times as many as got killed the first movie. So
Yep,
we're on par.
Yes. Okay, we got the main character Michael, which is Dennis Quaid. He's the son of the cop from the first movie. So he goes down to the submarine, looking around, doing his thing. And then there's dolphins that come up, and they're warning the main character about the shark attack, but the dolphins couldn't really get it across, so they didn't really understand like what the dolphins were trying to tell them. And they're like warning them, okay, that there's a shark in the park, but they didn't really understand, obviously. So the park's owner is named Philip Fitzroyce, okay? And so they eventually find that there's a shark swimming around in the park, and they tell Philip Fitzroyce to close it down, but he's like, no, I don't want to, because I can't close my park down. So kind of got the same storyline as the beach and the mayor going on. You know what I mean?
I can't save all these people because money.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's a whole money thing again.
Do you know what money is? That's why I can't save people. Oh, that's fucking ridiculous.
So instead of closing down the park, the main character and his girlfriend that work at the park are like, no, let's capture the shark and keep it in the park for like, an exhibit, And so the park owner, Philip, is like, okay, that sounds good to me. So they capture the shark, and it's like a baby shark. It's like 10 feet long about. Okay, it's a great white, They keep it in the park, but it's like they have to keep it in like a weird tank because it's like hurt in a way or something, or they had to like raise it somehow. So because it's just a baby. So like the baby shark killed the 3 people at the beginning. Okay. So Philip Fitzroyce, the owner of the park, sees the shark and he's like, whoa, this is kind of cool. But the marine people are like, okay, but we have to keep it locked down in this cage or this pool until we can like get it acclimated, thank you, like into the water, right?
Okay, whenever you say a water park, I assume you mean chlorinated water.
Oh,
like
no,
slides and shit.
No, sorry, it's not like Slitterbond. It's like SeaWorld.
Okay, so it's supposed to have animals in it.
Yes, yeah, it's like it's not a Slitterbond water park. It's like a fish water park where they have like coral and there's like science stuff. Sorry, you've been like, hold up, something ain't right.
Yeah, like, okay, they thought it was a good idea when a shark somehow wanders in from the outside world.
Oh, no. Okay, no. It's like a legit. shark type pool.
I knew it had like aquarium-esque like stuff to it, but I knew
Yeah, sorry for the confusion.
it's gonna
Okay,
be fucking real confused there. No. Let's just say an aquarium for my sake.
right. Okay, so they have the baby shark in the aquarium, and then they go and do their business, and then the main character and his girlfriend come back, and they see that the baby shark is in a pool where a bunch of people are like touching the pool, and the pool is like tiny, and basically the owner of the park took the baby shark and put him in a pool where he can show him off as an attraction. Okay, and the pool is like 4 feet deep,
I'm sorry.
and the pool's like 4 feet deep, and so the shark is in there, and it's dying, and then the main character and his girlfriend run in the pool, and the baby shark dies right there, and it flips over and it goes belly up, and it dies, and it's sad. And I was like, oh wow, this movie just suddenly made me feel bad for a baby shark, which is like the opposite of what's been happening in these Jaws movies. And I was like,
After
wow,
binging a bunch of shark murder movies,
yeah,
kind of hard to
it made it,
feel
I
for
felt
one of
bad.
these.
It was sad, and then they really show you that the park owner's the bad guy, So that happened. The baby shark dies. It's sad. And then, like, all of a sudden, the mother shark comes into play.
Shark doo-doo.
And the mother shark starts killing people, kills like a pyramid of those like water skier people,
Oh my god.
just starts going ham and cheese on people.
All right.
So the shark bangs into one of the tunnels and then starts flooding the tunnels where people are walking around then. So they seal off the tunnels, and there's people trapped in there, and they're all scared. And then people are in the restaurant, and the mother shark swims by, and it's big, and they're like, oh, and like, so all that's happening. And this is where the movie kind of turns like cheesy, because the shark is like so bad looking. It literally looks like a plastic toy that they're like pushing through the water with their hand, And the shark is growling, and it's like literally opening its mouth, and then a lion roar comes out. So that was like, I don't know about that. So that's happening.
So you're telling me the shark breaks into the underground facility and terrorizes people?
Yeah.
Kind of like another movie with LL Cool J or Ice Cube or whatever.
Oh, Deep Blue Sea?
Exactly.
I
Like
don't recall Deep Blue
Again,
Sea very well.
Samuel gets his arm bit off, and then the sharks get inside and chase the people out.
Okay, well, Deep Blue Sea,
Gets,
when did Deep Blue Sea come out?
like, I don't know, early 2000s.
Okay, so Jaws 3 came out first then, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not a crazy idea. Like, water park, underwater. I mean, that's what the Meg did. There was like a underwater science lab or something.
What?
The Meg?
Nobody rips off Deep Blue Sea.
Okay, so the main character and the girlfriend are swimming around, and they're like trying to save people, and then the dolphins come up and save them. And then they come into the control room that controls the park that's also underwater, and then the shark like busts through the glass, gets into the control room. They put their scuba diving gear on so they don't drown. And then they notice that there's a dead person in the shark's mouth that has a grenade in his hand. Okay. So earlier the shark had killed someone that was like some sort of a soldier, or somehow had a grenade on him. And he has it in his hand. He's dead floating corpse that's like stuck in the shark's mouth. So the main character gets eaten by the shark whole, but he's alive in the shark's mouth. Then he pulls the pin of the grenade, gets out of the shark's mouth. They take cover, and the shark blows up. And then there's a bunch of 3D shark blood pieces coming at you. And and that's it. That's Jaws 3.
Gore and viscera.
Yeah.
From
Jaws
the
3.
third dimension.
Jaws 3 is pretty good. I'd say it's better than Jaws 2. Not better than the first one. The rating goes 1, 3, 2, and then 4. I'd rate 4 as low as I can, but I can't go any lower than that. So,
How can that be worse than Jaws 2?
man, Jaws 2 is bad. Jaws 4 is that I wouldn't. No. No. Jaws 4 is sad. It's slow. It's just. Ugh. Do you have any questions of Jaws 3, though? I'd like to stretch out Jaws 3 as much as possible. I like Jaws 3.
What happened to that restaurant, though? They get the people out?
Yeah. So, like, the restaurant was connected to the tunnels. The shark busts open the tunnels. They seal off all the doorways. Okay. So there are people trapped inside, but the water stopped rising. So they were trapped inside for like a good 20 minutes or whatever. And then eventually, after the shark is killed, in the control room, they then drain the water and then open up the doors, and all the people are saved.
Convenient.
Yeah.
They just decide to open the door. There's no flooding or anything going on.
Well, yeah, they're all standing like waist deep water, but when they sealed the water off, it stopped rising.
Did the park owner get in trouble?
I don't even think they circled back around and told you what happened, but I'm sure he did. They're focusing in this movie. They're focusing on the effects and like, hey, we blew up the shark. Here's a bunch of shark pieces. Hey, we saved the people. Here's the people running, and they're safe. And that's the movie. There you go. Like, it wasn't a great movie, but it was really good, I'd say.
That sounds like a deep movie on the most surface of levels.
It was very, very entertaining, and I'd recommend the third one. Okay, so Jaws 4 rolls around. The year's 1987. Directed by some other dudes. Okay, Michael Caine is in this movie.
What?
Yeah, Michael Caine is in the movie.
You gotta start somewhere, I guess.
Okay, so this movie is about the mother, which is Brody's wife, the mother in the first one. Okay? That's what this movie's about.
The mother of the shark, or what? What do we do?
No. The human mother of the wife of Chief Brody from the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's the same actress. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in this movie, at the very beginning, the brother that was in the third one gets killed at the very beginning. Okay. But there's different actors. Dennis Quaid is not in this movie. So at the very beginning, the mom's son gets killed. Okay. And they established that Chief Brody died of a heart attack a few years prior. The mother says that he died of a heart attack because of the shark. So,
like nightmares or something?
No, I don't know. They didn't really expand on it, but So essentially, the shark has killed Chief Brody indirectly. The shark has killed the younger brother directly. It was like a bloody whole thing. So
wait. It's a new shark that we're talking about?
Yes, it's another great white shark.
A giant shark.
Yes. So
did Jaws 3 take place in Amity Island?
No.
Wow.
It was like a water park somewhere else. I don't even remember.
But this movie takes place on the original island.
Well, okay, it starts out at Amity Island. The little brother is a cop like his dad was, And then there was like a tree branch that was stuck out in the water. So his job was to get on a boat, go out there and clear the tree branch. Turns out the shark was like,
job is to do that.
huh?
A cop's job is to clear a tree branch out of the water.
I don't understand. I'm not going to try to pretend to understand, but yes, he was a cop. He had a badge. And then he got a call to clear a tree branch out in the water. So he went to go do that. And then the shark was like waiting for him, grabbed his arm, ripped it off, and then killed him.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So
it's like setting up a different kind of murder story, you know, or like horror story. Like, this shark murdered my whole family, you know, kind of.
That's exactly what it is.
Revenge.
It's called The Revenge. It's called Jaws the Revenge.
Shut up.
I'm not joking. It's not Jaws 4.
Shut your freaking mouth.
Look it up. It's Jaws the Revenge.
Oh.
Yes. It's Jaws the Revenge. Not even Jaws 4. It's literally the shark has a mind of his own and he's coming to get these specific people.
No way.
It gets crazy. It gets crazy.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. So, okay. So that happens, right? And so the wife's like, oh man, the shark is killing everybody. So her and her son moved to the Bahamas.
My dog.
Pretty much. They moved to the Bahamas to get away from all this, okay?
Moved to another coastal town.
Yes, they moved to the Bahamas. Oh, this shark had like scratches on his face or something, so you could tell it was that shark. That'll come into play in a minute. So they go to the Bahamas. They spend like a month there. The wife meets Michael Caine. They start dating. Okay, you know, stuff like that's happening. The whole time it's just a sad.
Is Michael Caine from the Bahamas?
Yes, he works in the Bahamas. He flies a plane. He delivers laundry. That's his job.
What a boss.
So the whole first half of the movie is the mom coping with the death of her son, and she's crying the whole time. And then she's trying to like get a life going with Michael Caine, and she keeps crying. And Michael Caine's like, hey, it's okay, you know, just, you know. And anyways, I'm like, this is Jaws 4. Like, I don't want to see this. I want to see Jaws 4. So like a good half of the movie is the mom crying. And like
that means there needs to be 4 sharks out there killing people simultaneously.
Yes, I want to see 4 sharks jumping
fighting
out of the
each
water
other over one arm.
I want to see 4 sharks teaming up against each other, fighting gang wars under the ocean, something like that. Mermaids coming, anything. Anyway, so we're watching the mom crying for like an hour. All of a sudden, the oldest son is under the water. He's like doing scientific research, looking at coral or snails or something. And he has a couple friends with him. Not friends, they're like colleagues, but they're friends or whatever. So they're like doing science experiments. That's his job. And he's like diving down, looking at stuff, coming up, you know, getting samples of coral. That's like what his job is. So anyways, he's down there. And then all of a sudden, the shark, the same shark with the scratches, comes out of nowhere and tries to kill him. And he's like, oh, and he swims to the surface and jumps out of the water onto like they're like a little floating pontoon lab type thing. And so like, they're like, whoa, I almost got killed. So here we are, Bahamas, same shark from Amity comes all the way across the ocean just to kill the main girl's kid. Okay. So that's why it's called The Revenge.
Okay, so the main girl lost another son that was a cop, lumberjack, a water lumberjack cop.
Well, yeah, yeah, he was like a lumberjack cop, water cop lumberjack. You know the job.
Yeah. Typical coastal cop issues.
Lumberjack cop. You know, he keeps the forest and the people and the water sharks, you know, under control. So,
all right.
Yeah,
just
he
like
gets
his father
killed
did before him.
Exactly. He died of a heart attack, but the wife, you know, said at some point it's because of the shark. So, anyways, so the older brother is like, "Oh man, this shark is after me," but he doesn't tell the mom because he already knows it's not going to go over well with the mom. So the shark wreaks havoc in the Bahamas. It kills a couple random people.
Right now, I'm looking at Jaws: The Revenge kill count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this shark looks like shit, fool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
I'm seeing like the pontoon attack, and then they're dancing in the casino or something.
yeah. That's the wife trying to like get over, her kid being killed by a shark.
Aw, but she has an underwater specialized sun on the sun. She has another one, another water based sun. They need to stay the fuck out of the water, bro.
Yeah, they should just move to like Arizona.
That's what I'm saying. The Revenge, yeah.
Anywhere
Become a coal
that's
miner.
not accessible to a great white shark.
No, the salt mines pay really well.
Okay, so here is the ending, which makes pretty much zero sense. The wife steals a boat and then sails out into the ocean to basically sacrifice herself. She thinks if the shark gets her, it'll quit terrorizing her family. Okay, so she steals a boat. She sails out in the ocean, and then the shark is coming for her. And so Michael Caine gets in his plane with the son and the son's friend, and they're flying over looking for the mom. They spot her. And then Michael Caine purposefully crashes his plane into the water so that the son can jump off of the plane into the water and then onto the boat. Okay. To like stop the mom. So the mom is like, so Michael Caine, they see her, they're about to crash the plane into the water. And the mom's like standing on like the end of the ship, like basically King Kong type sacrificing herself for the shark, right? And so,
all right.
And so they crash the plane. They swim into the water. And they get onto the boat, and then Jaws seemingly kills Michael Caine. Okay, like takes him under, and it's pretty obvious he got killed. And then the son's friend busts out a little sonar device that like somehow hurts shark's ears, and so he's firing it off and it's hurting the shark, and the shark is like jumping out of the water. And then
You mean this light flashing or?
no, he had like a little contraption that sent out sonar waves that hurt shark's ears.
No, it looks like a flashlight.
Yeah, it's like a little thing.
It looks exactly like a fucking flashlight. Wait, Michael Caine's not dead. Did you just lie to me?
Yes.
Oh wait, never mind.
No, at the end, Michael Caine comes back up. He's like, "Hey, I didn't die." And he says like a funny joke or something. You're like, "Huh, okay." And then yeah.
Like not well timed British humor. Okay, all right. Not a great time for this shit. All right.
So the main character's friend is in the water, swimming to the boat from the plane. The shark gets him. Okay, pulls him under, and seemingly kills him too. Okay, and there's a whole sad part. And then, some time goes by. I mean, a few seconds goes by, and then the friend comes back up. He did not get killed, but he planted a bomb in the shark's mouth. Okay. So the friend comes out, and he says something funny too or something. I don't even remember. And the blaster thing that hurts the shark's ears makes the shark jump out of the water because it's hurting his ears. So he's triggering the little thing. The shark's jumping out of the water. And then the mother steers the sailboat and then stabs the shark right in the bomb that then explodes the bomb.
Onto the end of the boat.
And then, the whole thing explodes, and that's it. And then Michael Caine flies the mother back to Amity Island. And that's the end of the fourth movie. The fourth movie is so bad. The second movie is decent. The third movie is good.
They reuse the same thing from the original Jaws, or the shark sinking or some shit.
What are your thoughts on Jaws?
It's a cultural icon, of course.
Jaws 1 is so good. Jaws 2, they're like, hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But I understand, like Jaws 2 ain't bad. Just the reason I didn't really care for it is because it's the same exact thing.
It's kind of like The Matrix Reloaded,
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it was intended to be a 3 or 4 part saga, but it's kind of the exact same thing.
Yeah, and then Jaws 3 is really good because it's like a whole new take on the situation. And, the acting is pretty good, I'd say. The effects are terrible, but, I mean, I can get past that because it's an older movie and it's like a 3D, like, Scream Saturday type movie. I can get past that. It's fine. The movie was, like, not bad, I'd say. It kind of gave you exactly what you wanted, and then the fourth one comes out and it's like it's so sad. It's like so sad. It's just like the mom's crying.
It's a revenge plot, except a shark.
Yeah, it's so sad and it's so bad, But anyways,
I think they're projecting onto the shark. They're like, this shark raped my daughter, or something. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm like, it's out there. Maybe we should oil up a cocoa butter and fucking bacon grease and shit before you run out of the water. Dude, that probably had half a sandwich in his shirt pocket. He was out there cutting that log.
Oh man,
he's asking for it.
Cutting that log.
Out there cutting that log with your tasty arm dangling.
Man, yeah. So that's Jaws. All right. Well, this has been Learn the Burner. I'm Garrett.
There's no.
And see you later. Bye.